We hang out with each other. We go to dinner together. Our family is one big, beautiful family. We're doing Thanksgiving. We're doing the holidays. We'll do a birthday celebration together. It is a beautiful partnership. I'm very, very proud of that. It's a real thing and it's possible.
Wait a minute. I thought Manda had already gotten past Swizz Beatz cheating on her with Alicia Keys. Wasn't she the one who was all snuggled up with them on the couch, acting like they were one big, happy, blended
was a home wrecker.
You never hear nothing bad about Alicia Keys.
Yeah, you do.
What do you?
Y'all just don't hear nothing about
it. I thought her record was pretty clean.
No. Not around with Swizz and not breaking up happy homes. Like, people are forgetting when
3 of them together. People have commented that it's admirable how Mashonda loves her ex-husband's children as if they were her own. It's also nice that she's managed to find a way to get along with Alicia. But what people aren't so thrilled about is the happy family act they are putting on with all 3 of them. Both Swizz and Alicia caused Mashonda a lot of pain, and Swizz's actions led to emotional turmoil that impacted his own relationships. So, seeing them pretend like everything is fine feels absurd. What really bothers people is how Alicia and Swizz present this picture-perfect relationship and life, when it all began with Alicia's role in breaking up a family and Swizz cheating and leaving his wife.
people are forgetting when she moved into Swizz and them's house to work on the music with him, he was still married to his wife, living in that same house.
Ooh.
And then she moved in while she was cool with the wife.
Right.
It's plotting to steal her husband to cover up the fact that she's a dyke and she had just got caught beating that girlfriend of hers up down there in Aruba somewhere or something like that.
Personally,
I'm not sure why they were sitting so close, but could this be Manda's way of keeping her friends close and her enemies even closer? Seriously, tell me why. There are rumors that she still holds on to unresolved feelings about Alicia being a homewrecker, and it seems she hasn't been quiet about it. Maybe it's because the person she's been shielding all along is now old enough to grasp the situation. It's obvious that the main reason Mashonda went along with everything was for the sake of her son with Swizz.
He wanted to know why I couldn't go see him at his dad's, and why can't his dad come over and see his bedroom at our house? It was really a wake-up call. Even if we don't want to for ourselves right now, we have to do it for him because he doesn't deserve it.
In her 2018 memoir, she revealed that she regretted openly criticizing Alicia Keys, acknowledging that her behavior had been fueled by her ego and a need for validation. She also mentioned that they both recognized the importance of minimizing their conflict in order to reduce the negative effects on their children. It appears they even went to therapy together to figure out how to move forward and co-parent in a more harmonious manner.
You know, I did the work on myself first. I connected more deeply with my son. And then it was time for me to rebuild the relationship with Swizz. And I reached out to him. I said, listen, we need to talk because...
How long had it been that you hadn't
Well, we got divorced in 2010. That first talk was probably around 2011.
Wow.
Yeah.
A long time.
It is. It was a good solid year and a half or so.
I never imagined we'd be revisiting this chaotic love triangle. But here we are, so let's jump right into it. To understand how all of this began, let's go back a little. Both Alicia and Swizz were born in New York, and they first met through mutual friends when they were teenagers. Now, according to Alicia, she didn't initially have any interest in Swizz. In her memoir More Myself, she opens up about her feelings at that time. She remembers attending industry events and award shows where she and Swizz often crossed paths. He'd show up in flashy cars, surrounded by his Bronx crew, covered in diamonds. Alicia didn't want anything to do with that lifestyle, or Swizz, for that matter. However, fate had other plans, and they found themselves working together on a music project in 2008. That's when Alicia's opinion of Swizz began to shift. As they spent more time talking, Alicia started to see a side of him that wasn't obvious at first glance. Beyond his baggy jeans and tattoos, she realized there was a lot more to him. He was incredibly aware of the world around him, which, according to Alicia, drew her in. From there, things escalated, and before long, they became a couple. Reports indicate that Alicia essentially made her move while Swizz was still married to Mashonda. Now, I know some might argue that no one can truly steal a man, that it's his choice who he's with. But Alicia's actions still caused quite a stir. Allegedly, when their secret relationship began, Alicia ensured that the media caught intimate moments between the two of them, seemingly so Mashonda would know they were together. Then, in May 2010, Alicia and Swizz shocked everyone by announcing their engagement and the news that they were expecting their first child together. To top it all off, they got married that same year in a private ceremony on the Mediterranean Sea. One thing is clear, Alicia and Swizz didn't wait for the divorce to be finalized before they got together, and Mashonda was left blindsided by it all. In fact, Mashonda made her feelings crystal clear when she penned an open letter to Alicia. The letter was triggered by a tweet from Alicia, where she asked, "Is it better to go with the choice that is smart or the choice that has spark?" Mashonda interpreted this as a reference to Alicia's relationship with Swizz and felt compelled to respond. In her letter, Mashonda opened up about how, after 2 years of trying to reach Alicia, she was met with nothing but selfishness and indifference toward her and her son. She wrote, "I was a fan of AK's last album. We were both signed to J Records, and I always followed her projects. I admired her talent until I found out she was possibly sleeping with my husband." Mashonda went on to explain that the affair was initially denied by both parties, but it was eventually confirmed months later. And I can already hear some of you thinking, why blame Alicia? You can't make someone leave their wife. Well, Mashonda made it clear that at that time, her marriage wasn't over. They were working through their issues and even planning their 5th anniversary. So, discovering the affair was devastating for her. Her real issue with Alicia wasn't just the destruction of her family, it was Alicia's audacity to make selfish remarks about love and relationships, despite knowing the situation. Mashonda continued, saying, "I feel that after a year and a half of you hiding this affair and acting like it didn't exist, it's time to confront it now that you're being so open about it." She expressed how much emotional pain Alicia and Swizz caused her, explaining how heartbreaking it was to learn of the affair. In her letter, Mashonda didn't hold anything back. She made sure to let Alicia know. "You know what you did. You know the role you played, and you know how you contributed to the end of my marriage. I asked you to step back and let me handle my family issues you helped create." Mashonda clarified that she never intended to call Alicia out this way, but after seeing Alicia's tweets, she felt she had no other choice. Mashonda then went on to explain that her main concern wasn't the affair itself anymore, but how to work with Alicia for the sake of their son. She ended the letter by pleading with Alicia to be more realistic and considerate of the situation until her divorce was finalized. She said, "If you and my husband are meant to be together, then God bless you both. I hope you never have to experience what I've gone through." She concluded with some advice: "If you two being together forever is the case, then we should find a way to get along for the sake of our son. After all, sparks can burn everyone. Be smart. Think about it. What if the shoe were on the other foot?" It was evident that despite her heartbreak, Mashonda was trying to rise above it for the sake of her child. Even though she was clearly devastated, Mashonda chose to be the bigger person. She understood that the situation was bigger than her own feelings. It involved her son, and she wanted to ensure he could have a healthy relationship with both of his parents. Despite the chaos, Mashonda did her best to handle the situation with grace and dignity, even though it was far from easy.
I mean, I could just look at Kasim and he was struggling. He was
He's
struggling.
looking at you like, how's my
How's
mommy?
mom?
Yeah.
Is mommy okay with this? It is up to us as parents to make it okay.
Right.
And I wanted his soul to be okay with it. And I told him, go sit. It's okay.
Were you okay though?
I wasn't okay.
You were not okay.
No, because I mean, come on. I'm human. I'm a woman.
Yes.
It's not 100% natural to be okay with it until everyone is fully healed.
Yeah.
And at that stage, I was.
Manda has spoken in several interviews about how she and Alicia now co-parent in a calm and supportive way. During one interview, she mentioned how they often joke with each other, saying, "I'm so proud of us." She went on to say, "We wrap up almost every conversation, every meeting with, 'I'm so proud of us. We love each other. And we express that to each other.'" While she acknowledged that it might sound a bit cliché, they genuinely are proud of how far they've come. Both women realize that it's rare for ex-spouses and their new partners to get along as well as they do. "We know where we've been," Manda shared, "and we understand what we're here to do." Their goal is to leave a positive legacy for their children, showing them that despite their past, they managed to make things right. "We don't want to grow old and have them think, You went through all of this and never fixed it. We want them to say, wow, our parents went through some tough times, but they worked it out, and they made it good for us. That's our mission. Despite Manda seemingly embracing this mature and peaceful stance, some still question whether she's truly moved on. Many feel she's merely taking the high road while still harboring resentment toward Alicia for allegedly stealing her ex-husband. However, others argue that Swizz was already involved with several women during his marriage to Manda, and Alicia was simply the one who stayed. It's an interesting point, isn't it? Why does Alicia bear the brunt of the blame when Swizz's involvement is often overlooked? After all, he was the one who chose to cheat and leave his family. Alicia's reputation as a homewrecker certainly took a toll on her career. She faced public backlash, with some unwilling to forgive her for her part in the affair. It's hard to say how much of that criticism was fair, especially since she wasn't the one in a committed marriage. But Alicia did stick around once the affair came to light. Despite all the hate directed her way, Alicia has never fully addressed what happened, leaving the public to fill in the gaps. What about Mashonda, though? Some believe that now that her son is older, she might see things differently. Does she still harbor the anger and hurt from the past, or has time healed those wounds? Is it too late for her to express how she really feels about the situation? After all, it was a complicated situation, and it's clear that for a long time, Mashonda focused on protecting her son and providing a stable environment. Perhaps she pushed aside her personal feelings for his sake. But now that he's grown, is she ready to finally speak her truth? I don't know about you, but I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think Mashonda truly let go of her feelings for the sake of her son? Has she genuinely been the bigger person all this time? Or is there still some unresolved tension simmering beneath the surface? Does Alicia deserve all the hate she's gotten, or should the blame be shared? And most importantly, do you think it's too late for Mashonda to express her true feelings about everything that happened? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective on this ongoing drama.